Well, hey there. Today, we are going to take the Springfield Armory Echelon out to the range, put it through its paces, test her out, and see what we think. Let's dig right in to the Springfield Echelon.
Well, hey there. I want to share with you today a new pistol, new to me anyway, the Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C. Pretty cool blaster. Full disclosure, Springfield sent us this to check it out, try it, and hopefully share with you. And we're going to. Maybe one of the coolest presentation boxes I've ever seen. I'm going to share that with you in a minute. We'll shoot it, we'll talk about it. What do I like? What don't I like? Let's get right into it. So check this thing out. It shows up in this nice box. Wait till you see this. You lift it up. Oh, what? There's like a TV monitor, and it starts playing a frickin' movie from Safariland, Haley Strategic, Vortex, and you guys might not hear it, but there's a friggin' movie inside the box. So that's pretty badass. With it comes a cool mat, Echelon 4.0. And now I don't know if when everybody gets one, but this is what their presentation box looked like. We'll look at that in a second. One more thing. There's a freaking drawer. I mean, come on. So it ships with a holster, extra mag, and a few other things. So that's pretty dang cool. The gun itself, built as John Browning. Oh man, come on, Travis, we're trying to film here. Built as John Browning himself would have liked it. Pretty crazy that his design is still being used a long time, 100 years later, right? So, and let's do a quick walk around, starting out at the bottom. Good quality steel magazine. The base plate has a little bit of a flared section here to get purchase on to strip the mag, and the stippling, which I'll show you here in a second, that's on the frame is on a few spots on the mag base. The stippling, very nice. They use it in various spots on the gun as an index point. So to get a repeatable grip so that we are good shooters, there's some spots that we can index our fingers with some of that stippling. That's nice. It's up on the front of the guide rod of the recoil spring. It's underneath and in front of the trigger guard. And then it's on a few points on the frame, as well as on the ambidextrous mag release. So very nice. We've got a removable palm swell. It comes with some different shapes, so you can change those to fit the hand a little better. That's nice. Feels really good in the hand. The slide, nice steel, heavy, feels good. These reliefs for being able to rack the slide feel really good. As the slide cuts started to become a thing 20 years ago, sometimes they were way too sharp. They'd chew up holsters and they'd chew up your hands. These are nice. They're sharp enough that your skin bites into them, but not too sharp where it's going to hurt after a day of training. Got some good workable sights on there. I am not my preference is a square notch, not a U-notch, but these are backups because this is a dot gun. Looks like we've got tritium up front, nice bright green, if you can see that. This shipped to me with the Defender ST from Vortex, a nice open emitter. This dot's got our windage and elevation controls right here, brightness settings out on either side, big, easy to find buttons, and then you can change the battery on this without having to take the dot off. Great idea. I forgot to point out the stippling here on the back plate. So if you're the kind of person that uses a thumb check to go in the holster, or if you're working things like single-handed shooting while blocking the slide, that would be a good spot. Now, this is the one thing that people might take some issue with. This right here. So this is pretty thought out, and this is going to alleviate a lot of problems for some people. If you've ever seen somebody that's training and they are inadvertently engaging the slide lock lever, so their thumb or their hand is pushing up on the slide lock lever during a course of fire and the slide locks back when you don't want it to, these little humps will help stop your hand from inadvertently getting on the slide lock lever. On the flip side, they're also going to make it where you have to be very purposeful to push this little guy up. So it's taken me a few minutes of messing around with it to get used to it, just because I use things like the Tango down slide lock lever on my Glocks, but it feels nice. You just have to push very purposefully to get it up into the notch. So something to think about. And it wouldn't scare me away from this gun in the least. It's just something I'm not used to. Let's take a look at the trigger. So feels like many striker fired guns. We've got some slack, take up. We get to that wall, push, 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 break. I wouldn't call it crisp, nor would I call it spongy. It reminds me of a lot of other striker fired guns, but it feels nice. It's very workable and usable. All told, it feels really good in the hand. Field stripping the Echelon. Empty chamber, empty magazine well, lock the slide to the rear. With the slide locked to the rear, takedown lever goes to the down or forward position. I like to reach under the frame, 2 fingers onto the front of the slide, drop the slide lock lever, and the slide comes right off. For your field strip, you can do whatever you need to do. There's a quick look at the internals. We've got a modular chassis in the rear, which looks like a lot of modern pistols. Slide looks like what you would expect for a striker fired gun. Reassembly, line her back up onto the rails, lock the slide to the rear, and once the slide is locked, re-engage the takedown lever, slide forward, depress trigger for a function check, and we know we are in good shape. Super easy takedown of the Echelon. That modular firing control group that you saw in the lower is the serialized component of this pistol. So if you had the compact or the full-size version, you could pull that out, purchase the other grip, and swap it right in. So you wouldn't have to do another serialized pistol. You would just buy the composite grip and drop it in. Kind of a cool concept. Some other makers have done that in the past. In addition, Echelon. Echelon is named for the ancient military formation that was used to break the back of one of the greatest fighting forces the world has ever known, the Spartans. Fun read. Go read about that. You military guys, some coppers, and definitely fighter pilots are well familiar with the Echelon and its meaning. This shipped with a Haley Strategic inside the waistband. Truth be told, I'm not a huge fan of the sidecar style holsters. That's just me. I'm going to use it. We'll try it. Before I load this gun, I want to get some draw strokes. There's nobody on the range here but Bennett and I. Everything is, pinch myself, is safe out here in the directions that I'm pointing. Nice holster, high quality holster for certain. And actually, truth be told, saying I don't like this style of holster, this one's pretty comfortable. Doesn't mean I'm switching to a sidecar. Magazines seem to load nicely. They feel very much like a Walther PPQ magazine in my hands, is what it feels like. I'm gonna compare them to some of those later. But you can feel it's a well-built magazine. These are 15 rounders. I took a look online. Looks like ProMag and possibly a few other companies do an aftermarket magazine. Looks like you can find some that are well over 20 rounds. Which is kind of cool. Loaded up to 15, easy enough. It did get a little hard on the top side. Follower feels pretty smooth. We'll see how she cycles in a second. I have not zeroed this dot. These will be the first rounds out of this gun. Sharing this with you guys today. So, Springfield, great company. You know, they started importing some guns from Croatia years ago. The XD series. Some people love them, some people hate them. I've got an XDM that I bought for IDPA 20 years ago-ish that still works great. And for me, get kind of clicky in this space. I'm not being paid to make this video. This is a T&E gun, but I want to give it a good shake. And I'm always interested in finding other stuff out there that might work. We've got a piece of USPSA cardboard we'll throw up here, and we'll just run a couple of groups. I'll get Bennett behind the gun. She's a good shooter, but we'll see how it jumps about in ladies' hands as well. You guys ready? So why don't we start out by just shooting a group. I'm at 10 yards, just making sure I'm not going to shoot through the cardboard and hit anything that I'm not intending to, like some steel back there that will be distracting. Like I said, I haven't zeroed this yet, So we'll see where it came from the factory. We might need to make a couple of quick adjustments. All right, well, pretty good at 10 so far for my first shot. We'll run a 5-round group here. Let's go down range, Bennett. This, I think, was my 3rd shot, and I chased it again, so I've got a couple, got about an 1.5-inch group here at 10 yards. First shot's out of the gun. That's not terrible. We'll paste it up. We'll do it again, or I'll throw a paster up here, actually. So we'll throw a black target paster up here. We'll fall back to 10, and we will try it again, seeing what kind of group we can get right out of the gate with this thing. Okay, so we'll shoot 5 more rounds. This time I've got that paster out there that's a little easier for me to see. Let's go down range. I think my first group was better. Got a couple rounds in the paster, 1 round in the paster, and 4 off. I think I owe it to me and to you to do that again. Do a little quick tack mag. If you ever see my friend Steve Fisher use the term tactical reload, he loves it. Tell him Mick told you to. All right, we'll try this again. 3rd group out of the gun. Try to get a little more relaxed. I'm gonna send 1 more. That was a shitty shot. All right, let's go down range, babe. So, getting used to it. This was the shot up here that I said was no bueno. That was my my last shot was there. So, I feel like we could probably do a little bit of windage to the left, maybe a click or 2, but for all intents and purposes, out of the box, you know, we're shooting onto pasters at 10 yards. So good job, Springfield, on getting that zeroed. Why don't we paste this up and we'll run a couple mag dumps. We'll run some drills up out of the holster. Nothing hard. Bennett, you call up. Yes, ma'am. There for a minute. And a dot there for a minute. So far we're all good hits. I'll add a little bit of movement. Go ahead. On you. Let it go to slide lock so we can force a load. Ready when you are. Okay, I'll do a turn on this one. For some of you watching, we teach a lot of new shooters, and because they're new, we teach them to look the gun in the holster, and we teach them to inspect the gun to make sure that it's in a condition to put away. So if you're watching me while I'm taking a quick peek at the gun, I try to show the students what we're wanting them to do. So if you're like, why is he looking at his gun? That's why. I'll do another turn.
Ready? Up.
Finish with a couple headshots. Good headshots. Give it to me, baby.
Up.
You want to shoot? All right, so we'll top these mags off and we'll get you behind the gun. While she's getting that gun ready to shoot, I did throw 2 Charlies, getting a little too fast, not getting a good sight picture. Everything else we had was good A-zone hits. Charlie, Charlie. This was that earlier group that I had shot. Really feels nice. The shape of the gun, it's not sharp, right? Some guns are kind of like uncomfortable, like you're holding on to like a friggin', I don't know, like a rock or something in your hand. They've created a lot of smooth points. So far, the only thing I don't dig is that slide lock lever, but I see why they did it. It's one of those situations where it's going to be really hard to accidentally hit it. And I see that is a fault that I see with a lot of guys trying to get the real high thumbs forward, air quotes, thumbs forward grip, forgetting that one of the precepts of a good grip is that we don't impede the mechanical function of the gun by grabbing the wrong thing. So I could see dudes not having that issue with this gun. Bennett's got it. I've got the holster on, so we'll work her from a low ready, and the same thing. We'll see how it moves in a lady's hand. So me and B got eyes and ears on. Why don't you go ahead and load and make ready? We've got a target paster out there. You're at about 5 yards. You can go wherever you want if you want to shoot from here. Try a couple rounds and see what kind of group you can get out of that. If you want to shoot farther back, you can. She's like, I don't need you to tell me where to shoot from. There you go, dead center, baby. So, you guys watching, it would make sense at this distance, it would be shooting low. Stop. There we go. Look at that, making that thing disappear. Nice. Gone.
It's gone.
No more paster. All right. Not a bad little group for, I pasted these already as I'm walking up. I forgot to show you. So these were her first couple shots, and she adjusted her hold at the distance she was at, making a nice little group there. From the command of up, drive that gun up from the low ready position that you're at and give me 2 good hits. You ready?
Ready.
All right, up. These look like good A-zone hits. Low ready. Get out of the way. Up. Good. You're running that gun really efficiently. Why don't you give me 3 this time, and we'll see what you kind of recoil control your little girly arms can do. Ready?
Ready.
Up. Just paste it up. We got a little wild on a couple of those strings. She's going to work getting good hits. So shoot only when you have a good sight picture on the A-zone, baby.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah.
Up. Low ready. I want a sight picture for every shot. Up. Good. Sight picture for every shot. Up. Let's go 3 rounds. Sight picture for every shot. Up. Slide lock. All right, we only have 2 magazines for this. I've got some on order, but here's that last little group. Paying a lot more attention, getting good sight pictures. She's running that gun pretty good. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We had 1 flyer in there. We're getting it there. I mean, this is the first time she's ever shot that gun, and she's pretty new to a dot too, so I'm very proud. All right, so that last group was really good. Let's do that same thing again. I'll tell you the round count, and you run from a low or compressed or high ready, your choice, okay?
Okay.
All right, when I see you at the ready position, I'll call it. 3 rounds, A-zone. Up. Good, nice hits. When I see you back at a ready position, let's go 3 rounds. Up. Good. When I see you at a ready position, and up. Looks real good. Those are really nice hits. We'll zoom in out there. Good hits. On you, babe. Up. Slide lock here in a minute, and we'll see a pocket load in action. And up. Load that gun, load that gun. How'd that slide lock lever feel? Okay, how about we'll do failure to stop drills. 2 to the body, 1 to the head. See if you can keep them in the ocular vault of that head.
Okay, 2 to the body, 1 to the head.
2 to the body, 1 to the head. And
All
guys,
right.
we're just doing that as an exercise. Don't overthink this stuff. We're just trying to get some rounds through this gun.
All right.
Ready?
Yep, ready.
Up! Nice! Center punched it. Okay, you ready, girl?
Ready.
Up! It's got like ballet posture. Why I'm walking back so you can see. You're good. You stand however you want.
It just feels
You guys
relaxed.
saw. Stand however you want, babe.
Okay.
That's the fallacy in the training world, that you have to stand a certain way. You saw she was standing like a dancer. Stand how you work. And go ahead and let's see another on the up. Up! You saw very little movement anywhere, and we've got some nice headshots. Those are all in the sweet spot. Good job, girl. Ready?
Ready.
Up! Good. Go to slide lock and we'll end it. Run the rest of the mag till slide lock. Up! Up! Go ahead and clear it out. Going down range. So, as you see, we had a little learning curve there finding that dot. We've got a clean target. She was able to keep them all in the A zone, all in the ocular vault. We'll do a wrap up back at the office on this. Looks like our range owner just showed up. Hey, Derek. He's waving from the four-wheeler. Well, that was some good shooting. What's your thoughts? This is the first time you've ever shot one of these ever.
Yes.
Actually,
Yep.
first rounds were on the video. So
Yes.
super cool. Nice A-zone group. Nice group in the head. Show you those real quick. Very nice. You're an avid shooter. You're actually an instructor. So you shoot a lot. Quick thoughts on that firearm. Do you like it? Would you shoot it again?
I do like it. I would shoot it again. I like the texture on the grip. I like the beefiness of it. I was able to get back on the sights pretty quick. So yeah, I would shoot it again. I like it.
You like that dot from Vortex? I know you're a closed emitter gal.
I am a closed emitter gal, only because I get things so dirty.
When we're out
And
there
we're-
rolling around
Yeah,
in the
we're
dirt.
rolling around in the dirt a
So
lot.
show them what you're talking about.
So right here, it's open. So it would be easy for dust and debris to get inside there while we're rolling around and shooting on the move, which we do a lot.
Shooting in the dirt and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Recoil. You know, you're not weak by any means, but you are, as we can see, you're a fairly small lady. Recoil looked pretty good. How did it feel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm stronger in the gun, so getting back on the sights and adjusting to that recoil was fairly easy.
You carry a little 365, so you're used to even smaller guns. So
Yes.
did you feel like with a larger pistol, you were able to maybe be less intense or like grippy to hold
Yes.
on to it? Were you able to hold it? I guess less is enough to say.
Yeah, maybe not hold it less, but yes, be able to control it a little with a little more ease,
Okay.
I guess. It filling up my hands, obviously, because it's a little bit bigger, made it a little bit easier to do so.
Hey, what do you think, before we close this out, we load a couple mags and we step back to like 30, 40 yards and shoot at a couple pieces of steel?
Let's do it.
Okay. You want to try a couple?
Yeah, I'll try.
Cool.
You holding any place or just?
Dead center on that red one. Nice. So what did you think of the Springfield Armory Echelon 4.0C? Pretty cool blaster. In fact, we like it enough that I ordered some more magazines from Springfield, including some 18 rounders, and we're going to throw this dude into the travel box where it's going to be out at class for students to run, and I'm going to put some time through it, as is Bennett. If we see something not working, we're going to let you know. We're going to make another follow-up video. I have high hopes for it because it felt really good. And if you come to class and shoot this gun, you'll get to run some Supervel ammunition through it. Supervel stands for super awesome, according to me. Supervel actually stood for super velocity back in the day. Awesome stuff, made in the USA by top-notch people in Henderson, Nevada. I can't speak more highly of them than I do. You cannot go wrong using Supervel ammunition for all of your shooting needs. Check them out. Also, check out Tango Down. Great people that have been many, many years in business doing supportive products for Glocks and other pistols and rifles. They make the top-of-the-line AR magazine that I've been using now for a few years. If you guys have not checked out Gunfighter Gun Oil, please do. Made by us in the USA, top-notch synthetic lube. According to Amazon, according to Google, according to Gun University, it is one of the top lubes in the United States. And check out Ignis Lux Coffee. Ignis Lux, sourced by us, roasted by us, packaged by us, shipped by us with love. Ignis Lux stands for firelight. It denotes that flame of liberty that burns in the heart of men and women like you. Long live the Republic. We'll see you guys soon, hopefully out on the range. Training at CarryTrainer.com to send us a message, or if you have any information that you'd like to share with us, throw it in the comments, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Be well. Don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. Bye now.